Hey folks, welcome back, and it is time for more pub time with Cptn.Canuck. Just looking through the games here. Now, this is Wednesday, January the 29th. It's past midnight, I almost screwed up. But this means that, as you can see here, this is the first day of the New Moon Festival, or New Bloom. The New Bloom Festival. I'm screwing it up already, which also means that this is the first day of 6.80. So I kind of wanted to cast just like a pub game, but I kind of like the team format a little better, and I like analyzing drafts, so I'm going to do captain's mode. So we're not going to be seeing any of the new heroes, Terrorblade or Phoenix. However, we are going to be seeing some utilization of the new game, the new state of the game. So, we're going to be looking towards some interesting stuff. There's a lot of huge changes this patch. In some pro games, we've already been seeing Tinker pickups. We've already been seeing some other somewhat unusual stuff. People are still picking up Alchemist, but it is very obvious how much worse he is in this patch. He's, not having a good time. I've played as both Terrorblade and Phoenix today, and Phoenix is incredibly fun. I've also played a lot of that random ability draft, and that is also incredibly fun as well. There's some ridiculous stuff you can do in there. I was watching Sing Sing's stream earlier, and he managed to pick up a Kunkka with Tidebringer, Frost Arrows, and then Juggernaut's crits. And so every time he activated Frost Arrows, he had a ranged attack that procced Tidebringer and would sometimes crit. And it slowed them from Frost Arrows as well. So he basically just had ranged team explosions. It was pretty ridiculous. So, anyways, getting into this game here between old mode gamers and sACte team. I'm trying to figure out if there is an easier way to say this. It's probably an acronym for something. sACte. sACte? I don't know. I'm just gonna call them S-Team or sACte Team. We'll see. Anyways, getting right into the swing of things, bans come out really quickly. Razor and Venomancer and the Bristleback and the Clockwork. So sACte's getting rid of the Razor right off the bat so that they're free to go into the OD, which they snatch up right off the bat. Visage is the following pickup. Crystal Maiden, actually it went the other way around. Visage, then OD and Crystal Maiden, and then the Life Stealer. So the Timbersaw just gets banned out there, does not get picked up in that first pool of heroes. Alchemist, as I said, not very strong anymore, and we're probably not going to see as many teams picking him up as consistently as before. So it'll take a while to work out what the top pick bans of this patch are. But we're seeing some pretty standard bans as per last patch this time around. Pox and Storm Spirit are just gone because... actually, I'm not sure why those are gone, because those are both heroes that lose pretty badly to the OD. Alchemist picked up by sACte anyways, so they are going to be running the Alchemist Crystal Maiden. It's still a good combo, but you have to have a guy who knows what he's doing on the Alchemist now, because the changes to him were that Unstable Concoction will no longer continue to charge while it flies. So if you run away from Unstable Concoction and it channels for its full 7 seconds, it will not do full damage. Instead, it will lock its damage in the second Alchemist releases it, which means that if you've got a hero that's relatively far away and Alchemist charges up his stun for half a second and then throws it, it's gonna do 10 damage and stun them for 0.2 seconds. I think now as well the maximum timer before it explodes in his face was reduced by 2 seconds, so I believe to get maximum damage now you have to run it down to 0.5 seconds to be able to get the maximum stun out of it. So definitely a pretty big hit to him. As well, they reduced his night vision from I think 1400 to 800. I think that's what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that will mean that it's a lot harder to land that stun at nighttime, and it's just a lot harder for him to survive at nighttime in general. So Alchemist taking a pretty big hit. sACte's still feeling confident with it though. They're going to grab that up. Nyx is being picked up by the old mode gamers, and I actually like this pickup quite a bit. This Nyx will probably be in a mid-roll instead of the support, because Nyx does pretty damn well against OD, and the rest of the
remaining.
OD counters were banned out. Actually, there's still like
5
Lone Druid and
seconds
Viper, I guess,
remaining.
but looks like they're gonna go with the
Radiant
Nyx.
team pick.
Bane, oh, farming Alk. It's a farming Alk. All right, cool. So they see that support Alk has been nerfed quite a bit, so they're gonna go back towards a farming alchemist who can, you know, just get that gold up and throw out that acid spray in the Grievel's Greed and not have to worry too much about his stun, which was the main point of his nerf. And then, I mean, the night vision still hurts him,
10
but
seconds remaining.
it's no better than any other hero. So I think.
5
All right.
seconds
I can see
remaining.
farming alchemist still being pretty legit, so they're gonna try that out. Bane Crystal Maiden still a very defensive support duo though. They don't have a lot of damage between them. Brain Sap does a reasonable amount of damage, but it's really expensive on your mana pool, and it means you probably won't have a Nightmare and or Enfeeble when those heroes come charging after you. So we're likely going to be seeing a defensive tri-lane by sACte, and then on old mode gamers, I'm curious to see what their lanes are going to be, because they have the potential to go pretty aggressive. Lifestealer's aggressive. Visage can be aggressive if he's played with a with another aggressive hero. So could be looking at a tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario here, but we'll have to see what old mode gamers pick up. That Bane pickup, of course, was mostly just to lock down this Lifestealer, because they really didn't have anything to deal with it at this point. Alex Stun would get juked by the Rage. Crystal Maiden doesn't have anything that would actually be able to lock down Lifestealer. OD, obviously, none of his damage will really do anything to Lifestealer. So, yeah. Alright, so they pick up the Bane, they've got that. They banned the Razor out themselves, so that was why that Lifestealer was snatched up so quickly. And okay, so it is a support. Alright. So they take the Viper, which is another basically innate counter to OD. So they're probably going to be sticking him on the mid lane, and then put the Nyx Assassin and the Visage together, which does look pretty aggressive to me. So we could see a lot of pressure on this Alk early on. Like I said, it's a pretty defensive lane there between the Crystal Maiden and the Alchemist, but or the Crystal Maiden, the Bane, and the Alchemist. However, Crystal Maiden and Bane are two pretty relatively squishy supports, and considering the burst damage that can come out of Soul Assumption, you know, an open wounds plus a few auto attacks, and then a mana burn / impale, I think it's going to be pretty hard to kill them off, and there's not too much ability to turn it back around. Like I said, Alchemist has to charge his stun a lot. His stun is not as great as it was anymore. I mean, he's got the armor reduction, but that won't matter too much, as Visage compensates for that with Gravekeeper's Cloak. And Nyx Assassin, you know, adjust for that with the fact that he has Spike Carapace. He can even just run into the Acid Spray with Spike Carapace up to set up a kill. So I think they will have a great time if they do go aggressive. We'll have to see what their choice is on that, but I don't see any reason why they won't be right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Getting into the last set of bans, we've got a Darkseer band out right now.
5 seconds
looking
remaining.
towards that last ban here for old mode gamers. The last ban is always the hardest for me, because every time I go to do it, I think about what hero I want to pick last, and then I ban it by accident. It's happened to me twice in the last 2 days, and it's been driving me nuts. I cannot deal with it.
Remaining.
But yeah, that's just me being
5 seconds
anyway,
remaining.
Doombranger being banned out by old mode gamers, so getting rid of that offlane potential to kind of shut their team down. If I mean, Doom on Nyx or Lifestealer could be very potent. And Bounty Hunter, the pickup for sACte. So I do like their team quite a bit. It's pretty formidable, and it'll carry decently into the late game. Their problems are really going to lie with their laning phase, because OD is up against somebody who should beat him, the Viper. And then that tri-lane is looking relatively nasty as well. I should also turn off my friend's overlay for now, because it is no bueno to be seeing that stuff.
10 seconds remaining.
It's really annoying. Alright, so... Oh, what?! Okay, is this an offlane Magnus? Because I fully expect Viper to be put against OD. Magnus against OD is just suicide. It's gotta be an offlane Mag. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, Magnus gonna be on the offlane against Bounty Hunter. OD gonna be mid against Viper. And we're going to have the Crystal Maiden, Alchemist, Bane likely on the safe lane, and old mode gamers likely on the aggressive tri, but they could go safe as well, so we'll see what their choice is. I think their lineup will carry them into the late game slightly better, so they don't have to worry too much about gaining... Actually, yeah, Yeah, both teams scale relatively well into the late game. I think the advantage is
10
slightly on the side of
seconds
sACte,
remaining.
but not by much. Both teams have really good early game presence as well as late game presence. So, anyways, we got some fireworks
Prepare
firing off
for
here, but I also
battle.
forgot to change my camera settings. So let's get those jacked down. Cool. So, fireworks everywhere. I found out that the fireworks triggering is based on your map going over them. So if you just like run your camera up and down top lane, they fire off a bunch. Looks like Visage is heading towards top though, so we will have an aggressive tri lane here. I don't like this Nick set. Alright, so we've got Nahuva playing on that Nyx Assassin. On the Visage, we've got Hello Kitty Meow Meow and Zeta playing on that Viper. On the Lifestealer, we've got Luca. And down on this mag, we've got iCrozer, KL, Warcraft 3, Carl.
30
I don't know.
seconds to battle.
Freak Out playing on that Bounty Hunter down on that offlane. Yugam going to be playing on the OD in that mid. Crozen going to be up in this up in the jungle, scouting out right now as the Crystal Maiden, starting out with that one GG branch. Zenli Yi Gong is going to be playing on the Bane, and up in the top, Farming Alchemist McBane. So this game's looking interesting already. We've got a Sentry Ward walking up,
The
being
battle
placed down here to block
begins.
this pull. Bane does have Sentry Wards if he wants to try to get rid of that. I don't know if he spotted that that was placed or not. I think he was just barely out of range, so we'll see. But yeah, so lane's shaping up pretty much like I expected them to. The aggressive tri lane from Old Mode Gamers up on that top, and then the safe lane by sACte. GG being called already. I think he meant to say good luck, but I don't know. Some gamers, like in StarCraft and stuff, they'll say GLGG. It's kind of like, you know, good luck, have a good game type thing, not like game is over, good game. So I think that was more what that was, and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it will be the mag versus the Bounty Hunter. I don't hate this, but I think there's definitely better choices for that offlane. Magnus is usually better on that mid where he's got the high ground advantage to him. He can kind of get picked apart by any hero that can poke down really well. And if Bounty Hunter gets himself some form of mana, whether that's drums or a bottle or whatever, starts throwing those shurikens or even just running up to him and Shinadaing him, it's Mag's gonna have a pretty rough time. So regardless, up in this mid lane, Viper versus OD, like we said, that is a losing matchup for the OD. But if both players play it relatively passively, then they should both come out decently. I mean, Viper's not going to deny OD too much, OD's not going to deny Viper too much. It's kind of just going to be a back and forth. But like I said, in a fight, when it breaks down and these heroes commit to killing each other, Viper will win 8 times out of 10. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Up in this tri lane, I think this is going to be a really, really rough time for sACte. Right off the bat, they've lost their pull camp, so they don't have that, and as well, they've got the Alchemist up here to farm, but like I said, this is a really aggressive lane, and if they ever decide that they just want to go on it, they just want to run, they throw down an Impale, they throw down an Open Wounds, and they get the Soul Assumption afterwards, and not many of these heroes can really do anything about that. I mean, Defensive Nightmare could come out, but that's only going to save you from so much. And especially with that Lifestealer raged up, if he walks in there and just attacks him with the rage up, it's not going to do anything, and you're fine. So, I don't know. We will have to keep a close eye on this, because this is the lane where I expect First Blood to happen. I mean, something crazy could happen elsewhere, but and that's about all I think. So, Gravechill goes out on the CM right away. Stun is getting charged up by that Alk, and there we go, First Blood. Like I said, this is where it's going to happen, and the aggression from Old Mode Gamers is, it's a lot. They've got what it takes to burst somebody down like that, and they're going to do it again, and they're going to do it again and again and again, and it's nothing's really going to stop them. The mid lane, like I said, pretty even trades down there. Down in the bottom lane, both heroes trading pretty evenly. A couple tower hits chunking off that Magnus a little bit, but nothing too crazy happening there. Let's pull up the last hits tab. 6 across the top 3 slots for the OD, the Bounty Hunter, and the Lifestealer. Looks like Bounty Hunter is doing a little better in that bottom lane than the Magnus is. And kind of expected. I mean, Shockwave will help once he gets a couple ranks on that, but for now, Janata is going to be king. Here, Lifestealer farming himself up pretty well, and oh my god, this Alchemist is going to die. There's nothing he can do. Defensive Nightmare could have come out, but he would have died right after. So another kill goes out on the top lane. And like I said, old mode, looking aggressive, and I mean, at this point, I would say ditch this lane, get the Alk the hell out of there, because if he goes back, he's just going to die again. And or the supports are going to die, or someone's going to die. Either way, your carry's not getting farm, and your supports are not getting levels, which is ultimately what you need. I would switch up these lanes immediately. Get this Alk TP down to bottom, get him up against the mag, and have his supports follow shortly thereafter when the Bounty Hunter rotates out to top. Right now, it's just, like I said, it's not going to work. They don't have a wave to pull, and they haven't even dewarded that camp, so they don't have anything to pull. Alex going Greevil's Greed instead of Acid Spray, and this is looking bad right off the bat. Like I said, this is Alk is definitely nowhere near as strong as he was before. Crystal Maiden lost a handful of her intelligence right off the bat, so she's got a smaller mana pool and a smaller attack damage. It's level 2 and she only has 41 attack damage. I mean, admittedly, she only has the 1 GG branch, but you know, that's all you get. And I mean, she's got Arcane Aura to help her out, but it's admittedly makes her a weaker laner. Holy shit, I should have had my eyes on this, my bad. Bounty Hunter wanders all the way up from bottom, gets in there and destroys the Viper on that mid lane. However, he is going to run right down into this Magnet. Magnet sees him, and he throws the Shockwave out, does not cancel the salve, unfortunately, just barely misses that. So Magnus on the run now, but he should be fine to walk away from that. He's got himself a Soul Ring too, which will help him out in this lane quite a bit. Bounty Hunter's following him down. There is a TP by this Alchemist, and like I said, this is, yeah, that was where you need to go. There was no reason for Alchemist to even go up there that second time. He was just not going to get anything done. Anyways, Janata goes out on this mag, but he's actually pretty tanky right now. He throws out the skewer, actually misses Bounty Hunter as he walks around behind him. It's always really annoying as mag when you got somebody close range. It just kind of fucks with you like that. Anyways, out on the top lane, Lifestealer's still leading the CS chart right now, 18 and 0, just doing work, and looks like he's going for that fast Midas, only 500 gold away from it 4.5 minutes into the game, so he is doing himself really well. Bounty Hunter is up here though with the help of Bane, and Bane gets the Brain Tap off. They go in on the Lifestealer, and the Janata Shuriken is enough to pick him off. So 227 gold to go in the way of that Bounty Hunter, and that Lifestealer is put a little bit further away from his Midas. That means he has to buy a TP, get back up there, and now he's 700 gold away from it, and time has been wasted. So really good kill. That was what they needed. And now, if this Alk can continue to free farm down here, especially with that Greevil's Greed up, it could fall out of control pretty quickly. I still don't agree with going Greevil's Greed before the Acid Spray, but you know, it can work out for them. Anyways, we got a big gank here on the mid lane, and the Astral was wasted on the enemy hero, so Impale just off the mark though, and they're not going to be able to follow this up. Looks like our supports are going to be wandering back up towards the top lane here. Crystal Maiden looked like she was going to gank until she saw the two heroes there, but now she's making her way down to bottom lane. Still only level 2 though, just trying to get down there to support her Alchemist, which, like I said, they're in dire need of at this point. Got the Bane rotating as well. After he got that kill on the Lifestealer, he's going to leave the Bounty Hunter off to his own devices, and he's going to head down across to help out his Alchemist as well. Bounty Hunter just dancing around here. There are no sentry wards on the field, so he is pretty much free to roam wherever he wants to. Another sentry ward was placed on the pull camp, so Bounty Hunter's not going to be able to run over there, but you know, it's not a big deal for him right now. Walking down towards the river, he is going to spot that Nyx, and doesn't choose to go for it. He's instead going to wander down towards the enemy, but there is a sentry ward there, but I don't think it spots him. So I think he actually managed to traverse down there safely. That sentry was not in a... Yeah, it was not still providing real vision.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Anyways, Viper is still playing it safe regardless, refusing to go up too far, and blocking up his own creep wave, so he should be relatively safe. And I mean, it is they are well aware the bounty hunter is missing now. Get up under that tower, and he's still not like janotting you or fucking with you. He's gone for sure. He's game. So he realizes this. He turns back around, heads back up to the top lane so that he can continue to get a little bit of XP. Crystal Maiden, no clue what she's doing. She's just wandering around without a purpose in life. She can't gank. She's not jungling. She should be jungling, but she's just not. But I don't know, man. Anyways, bounty hunter finds himself a couple of jungle creeps that he can sit here and steal XP off of. I think they did spot him as he came out of his invis, but I mean, no harm, no foul. Anyways, mid lane, what the hell? Sorry guys, I'm not on the ball today. I should have caught that. That was 4 people in the mid lane. That must have been TP's. Jeez. Anyways, Magnus still doing pretty good down on that bottom lane. About 900 gold off of his blink dagger at 7 minutes. Not too bad for an offlane Magnus, and he's doing alright for himself. He's got that RP up, but he doesn't have the mana for it right now. He might actually want to invest in an arcane boost before he bothers going to the lane, but personal preference, some heroes, or some people will go one, some people will go the other. His Viper charges right in on that OD, pops off the ultimate, and it is not dodged with the Astral, so OD is dropping really low to that, but he's going to pop off his full bottle and then pick up that haste rune, so he's not really any worse off for wear. In that top lane, they're looking for a kill up here. Lifestealer's backed up to grab his Midas, but they find the Nyx instead, and Lifestealer's going to come in and try to challenge this, but maybe not such a wise decision, as he's getting chunked down pretty hard by those OD. A couple of auto attacks, and he gets finished off. The Impale does not hit on to the OD, and the Courier drops to OD as well as he goes in behind the tower. So he picks himself up a Midas after picking up those 2 kills on the top lane. Now finds himself a Visage, who he could probably kill. He's got a double damage, he's going to bottle up, and he's going to throw out some attacks here. Might even throw out the Sanity's Eclipse. He does, but Visage actually manages to chunk him off. That Grave Shield just slowed him up, and the Viper is right on his biscuits. So OD drops, and 4 to 5 is your kill score here. 9 minutes into the game, we got to kill a minute, and the farm definitely favoring the Radiant side right now. Falcon is still not where he needs to be, just on par with the enemy mid laner, but nowhere near the other carries. So he's having himself a hard time. They're looking for this Magnus here, and he's charging a stun. They find him, and they, yeah, this is a kill for sure. There he goes. Magnus drops in the trees, trying to be a little sneaky snake, hiding in that crevice, and almost managed to get Alchemist to stun himself, but that is not the case. Alchemist is going to pop off his ultimate here in just a moment, and he'll be regen to full.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's up in the top lane here. Bounty Hunter finds himself a creep wave, pushes in on his tower. Not too big a deal. Visage Birds are now up. Visage is level 6, and they are looking for action on the Bounty Hunter. They have True Sight. Yeah, they pop off the dust. They're looking for it. They're going to dive in behind the trees. Bane comes in, tries to support, but he gets stunned up by the birds right away and dropped off almost immediately. He couldn't even get a spell off. 250 gold goes away of the Lifestealer, and they're still looking for Bounty. They find him in the trees. Dust has worn off, though. He needs to Shadow Walk. He does, and he's going to walk himself out of this. Oh, man, that was so close. He could have been in so much trouble. Lifestealer is tracked up. If there's TP support, they could probably finish him off. Bounty Hunter, he's looking like he wanted to do something there, but probably he thinks better of it, backs himself up, and they are going to lose this top tier 1 tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A little bit of action between these two here, trading back and forth in the slap fight. No stun being charged by the Alchemist, though. I actually would have charged that if I was the Alch, but anyways, no abilities being used just yet. I think both of them think they have an edge with their abilities, and neither of them are willing to show it off yet, so kind of an interesting little duel. Now, this is something cool with 6.7.8, or 6.7.8, 6.8. I think I was actually saying 6.7.8 earlier. My bad if I was. 6.8. Blink Dagger, no mana cost, which means that Magnus is actually free to pick that up before Arcanes, because he can now use his entire combo at his, approximate level 8, 9, 10, without having the Arcanes. Blink costing nothing, obviously RP 200 mana, 90 mana for the Shockwave, 80 mana for the Skewer, so you end up using 370 mana, and he's got a pool of 416 right now, so... He also did get an intelligence buff, which helps him out a lot. He's tracked underneath this tower, and they can see him. The stun gets thrown out. He tries to skewer away, but there are 4 heroes here looking for him. Crystal Maiden, of all people, grabs that kill, and track gold goes to everyone.
Dire's top tower is under
Mid
attack.
lane here, we got Visage just
Radiant's
camping
bottom
this out
tower
with
is
his bird,
under
waiting for OD to
attack.
push up a little too far, but nothing of interest going on here. Bounty Hunter finds himself a DD rune. He is going to leave that for his OD and progress in towards the mid lane. Maybe look to see if he can grab that Visage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pressure in on this bottom tier 1. This is going to drop no problem, and there's TP coming in. They're catching out the Visage. I got to jump back and forth. Visage is going to die for sure. We'll see in a couple moments there. Yeah, Visage does die. Fiend's Grip goes out on this Magnus, and he gets... Oh my god, he does get the reverse polarity off. He's going to run into the trees, see what he can get away with here, but he doesn't have Skewer. He doesn't have anything. He's just trying to juke for his life. And the birds come in, stun up that Alchemist, and oh my god, the juke. This is just crazy. Viper drops up above to the OD, and this Alchemist is going to stun himself here. Magnus is going to escape. The mad jukes. Pops off that soul ring, charges himself away, and I actually wouldn't have done that if I were him. If there was a bounty hunter looking for him, ooh, that would have been terrible. There's one Visage Bird going down. I don't know who got the gold. I think that was the OD. OD's sitting pretty damn well off for himself right now. He's got a full 4 staff coming out to him, and he's not selected his choice of yet.
Attack.
Up in the top lane here, Lifestealer going a little bit too hard and getting himself in a little bit of trouble here. Track goes out. There's no way he's escaping this right now. I mean, if I was him, I would have just turned open wound and hoped for a couple good hits of lifesteal, but that is about it. Lifestealer drops 11-5 for sACte Gaming right now, and they are finding themselves some very close calls, which are just turning into a huge advantage. And as we've seen in many games, you know, when you get those few close calls, they start to turn into medium, maybe could have happened calls, and then they just turn into complete blowouts. So you got to kind of keep track of where your team is standing in a fight. Viper going mech before boots, so not getting himself any of that movement speed, not feeling he needs it, sticking with the base 285, and grabbing himself that tower is
under attack.
Not sure I agree with this. Alchemist starts charging up a stun and grabs the Immisor and stuns himself up on the rock for no reason.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think he realizes how long 5 seconds is. Might have been it. Anyways, there is a Radiant Sentry Ward right here, so if he walks into this lane thinking he can get something done, he might just get exploded, and we'll have to watch out for this in just a moment here. He seems to be cautious. Yeah, he's sneaking around here, and Viper knows, and Viper's not going to let on he knows quite yet. Alchemist is under attack, jungle, so he's not going to fuck around here. Magnus grabs himself a Blink Dagger, so he now has that Blink, and like I said, that he's got enough mana for his full Blink Skewer Shockwave, or Blink Reverse Polarity Skewer Shockwave combo, and obviously, like I said, that Blink Dagger change is pretty huge. Makes a lot of heroes, like even the Bat Rider, it offers them a huge buff. Oh my god, just 4-staff him right in there, dropping the Sanity Eclipse, blowing up that Nyx and almost one hit. He needs to aggro switch. He gets the Astral off on himself to save him. The Visage Bird is going to look for this kill, and oh my god, nope, it actually gets picked off. The Bounty Hunter picks himself 200 gold up in bird kills, and OD grabs himself 2 kills and TP's out. So really close engagement there, but like I said, I mean, all of these fights have just been coming down to just like the skin of their teeth, just the smallest little advantage, and if they keep happening, it's just going to turn into a bigger and bigger advantage. Fiend Script getting used up on this Viper here, and he is gone. Nothing more to say about that. Just gone, toast, got put. Anyways, down on the bottom lane. OD looking to come defend this against the Lifestealer, who has been farming pretty well. He is still on top of the CS chart, and still doing well for old mode gamers, but oh, Alchemist is going to stun himself, but Rage TP is going to be the freedom for Lifestealer. Gets himself out. I want to watch this orb fly. Does it actually hit? No, this gets disjointed, doesn't it? Pretty sure. There we go. It's going. It's going. It's going. And hits nothing. Yeah, it's disjointed. So on the top lane, Visage still not even close to that medallion. He's just got himself some boots, some dust, and a magic wand. Could use some wards up for their team right now. They've only got the sentry wards. Not much for vision, save for this ward right here. The Magnus, like I said, has his Blink Dagger, and a Lifestealer Infest Bomb coming out of that Nyx here, so we'll see a Vendetta usage pretty soon as he moves in towards this mid lane, but he doesn't want to do it in range of the creeps for fear of being spotted out. He pops it off now, runs up towards this high ground, and they're going to find a Nyx and a Bane, or a Nyx and a Bane, an OD and a Bane, and Vendetta Strike goes out on the Bane. They're looking for him. He defensively nightmares himself, and the auto attack goes out, and oh, the rage is just worn off, so he is now nightmared, and Lifestealer breaks that, gets back into the fight. Bane, the only person to lose his life so far in this fight. OD still standing in the back line, and chasing down this bounty hunter as he runs into range of the sentry ward, gets himself killed. Alchemist looking to throw off a stun. He does, not too big a deal, and now they're going on the OD. Lifestealer chasing him down, doesn't have much to keep up with him, but the open wounds does follow up. 4 staff away is just enough. Magnus looking to make this happen, gets the RP off on one. Definitely worth it in my opinion, gets that kill. Big kill there, and Crystal Maiden actually denies herself to a neutral, so well played by her, but that is still 3 heroes dead for sACte, so this farm on the Lifestealer and the team play for old mode gamers is really showing off now. Is Alchemist still trying to run away here? I think he should be fine with his ultimate up and Bane there. Yeah, he's going to escape. Nightmare goes out on the
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And, gets transferred over to Visage. Viper Visage Venomancer. It's got to be a warm-up for casting Dota. Just get to look in a mirror, look myself right in the eye. Viper Visage Venomancer. Viper Visage Venomancer. I don't know. Anyways, Visage grabs himself a haste rune. Probably not going to do too much with that. Bounty Hunter scouting up on the high ground here. Throws out a track and a Janata strike on this Viper, and he's going a little too balls deep. The OD follows it up, and they're all going for it. The Sanity's Eclipse will drop that Visage, but Magnus just barely escapes. Doesn't have enough mana to do anything, though, and Lifestealer's coming in trying to make this happen, but Fiend Script goes out on him. He drops almost instantly. 2 heroes down for old mode gamers. I keep wanting to say old school gamers, but that is it. Nyx gets the Vendetta Strike out onto that OD, finishes him off, gets a good impale on the Bane. The skewer actually misses Bane, but it grabs the Alchemist, and with the Shockwave, they do manage to finish off Bane. So they've turned this exchange into a 2-for-2, and definitely a better engagement on the comeback there. Bounty Hunter trying to run himself away. He might not be able to get it. Soul Suction flies. Oh my god, Magic Wand saves him 4 HP after the 1. Oh my god, you cannot get closer than that. You really can't. Whew. I guess you could get 3 HP closer, but that is about it. And this is a time where you wish you had a Zeus or a Prophet or a Invoker or something. You just want that kill, but not going to happen. 11-17 kill score. Totals now being evened up a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Graphs, like I said, this is where that peak was, where I was saying there were about 8 kills up, and it's slowly started to swing back towards 0, sitting at about 3,000 XP advantage. Similar gold graph here. It's dipped down a little bit further as sACte picked up those couple kills in that last engagement, but still relatively similar. Closer to the 5,000 mark than the previously mentioned 3,000, but regardless. Anyways, Nyx Bomb jumps out, and the Magnus does not even have to blink into that. That is the Alchemist down right off the bat. Soul Suction flies out on the Crystal Maiden. Fiend Script goes out on Venomancer, but not so much. Anyways, Magnus goes in, gets a big RP, skewers in towards the Crystal Maiden, looking to pick her off, and one more auto attack. Skewer! Oh, it catches her. She is going to drop. OD might actually find a kill in this. No, the mechanism saves him. 4 heroes down for sACte right now, and they need to pull their act together. They were in the lead for quite a while there, and they are just letting it go one team fight at a time, not fighting efficiently enough, only getting the pickoffs afterwards, and it's just not working out well for them. They need to really get their shit together, make sure that they're coordinated, make sure that Bane is safe while he Fiend Scripts his Lifestealer, and make sure that they can disable that Magnus while they work on their fight. So they also need some farm up on that Alchemist, because he's kind of been getting caught in brawl after brawl, and all he's got is, really effectively all he has is a Midas and Power Treads, and he's got 3 deaths to his name. Meanwhile, the Lifestealer farming up, he's got his Phase Boots, his Midas, and have full armlet. So, plus he's got 1,600 gold in the bank, where Alchemist has 1,200. Actually, whoa, Alchemist had more than I thought. He bought himself, was that on the courier or something? I think, yeah, okay. Alright, so a little bit more even gold totals than I originally expected, but either way, Lifestealer is outshining him at this point. Looks like we got a pause for a reconnect here, so it gives us a break to cool ourselves down, take another look at this game, but first I'm going to grab myself a drink of water because my throat is a little bit sore. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, water is so good. So good. So incredibly good. Anyways, this OD actually 9-3-1, a lot better off than I thought he was. I knew he was getting some kills, but I expected him to have, 6, maybe 7. He's got 9 to his name, and he's sitting himself. He's actually pretty wealthy right now. It looks like he's looking towards a sheep stick, and I don't blame him whatsoever. There's 3 really good targets for that on the side of Old Mo Gamers. If you can get a sheep off on Magnus before, like, after he blinks before he RPs, if you can sheep him, that's basically a free kill. And so it's really good. There's a cool trick I saw that I think it was being thrown around Reddit. There were a couple instructional videos on it. But basically, what you do is, as a hero with a hard disable, say Lion with his Hex or any hero with a Scythe, when you're waiting for an engagement to happen from a blink hero like an Earthshaker or a Magnus or anybody like that, while you're waiting for that engagement to happen, while you're kind of dancing outside of your base, what you can do is just, trigger your ability or your item or whatever, and click on that hero, and your hero will naturally start to walk towards them to execute that action. But, say Magnus is just like kind of dancing around here, looking to blink into an RP on the high ground. If you're Lion, you're sitting off towards here, and you just keep, W clicking them, W click, double click. I'm actually hitting the button. You just W click, and your hero will walk forward, and then as he does, you cancel it, you tell him to turn around, you go back, and then you do the exact same thing. And so, if he decides to blink at any point where you have W clicked forward, you will cast your Hex or your spell or whatever instantly upon him blinking, and you can actually cancel the following ability, whether that be the RP, the Echo Slam, the just Shiva's Timbersaw or whatever it is. You can prevent that burst damage to your team, which can be a game changer. If you can pull that off, your team will love you. And it looks like you have near instant reaction speed, but in reality, it was just you preparing it. So definitely keep that in mind for your pub games. It will save you so many times. I guarantee it. If you just pull that trick off. So really effective way to kind of counter-initiate, and once the OD has that Scythe of Vice, he can do that too. Now the Bounty Hunter, skipping really any early game items, not going for the Vlads, not going for the drums, not going for Medallion. Instead he dives right towards that Desolator and picks that up with haste. I think that was pre-20 minutes that he picked that up, because he got an Ogre Club on top of that. Looks like that Ogre Club might... I'm curious as to what that's going to be. It could be a BKB, but actually, alright, there's a fair amount of abilities that the BKB would work against. I was looking at the Magnus, and I was like, well, you're still going to get RP'd, and, Lifestealer's all physical, but I guess with the Impale, the Soul Assumption, the Grave Chill, the Viper ulti, there's more than enough reason to go a BKB, and it is always a safer route anyways, so looks like that will probably be the choice. We could even see like a Sanjay Yasha or something out of this, but I have a feeling it's going to be that BKB. There's Lifestealer. Pretty low after finishing off those Ancients, making sure that he's keeping his armlet toggles on for in case that Bounty Hunter shows up. Midas is a creep. Oh my god, say that his Eclipse drops and he dies. He just needed that Midas gold a little bit too bad. Should have just walked into the jungle and got one of the big camps or something, but OD not hesitating, throwing down that ultimate just for the Lifestealer, and I'd say it's more than worth it. Finishes him off without a problem. That was a problem here that they needed to take care of. The Alchemist now farming himself up. Does have a Shadow Blade, so he's going for that old build. I really don't like this. This is really outdated Alchemist, because A, it's an Alchemist on a carry roll, which we haven't seen in a long time. It's Alchemists who max Agreeable's Greed, which is something that you usually didn't do until you had a really, really safe lane, which you didn't have. Also, he's building a Shadow Blade, which was nerfed a while back and is no longer a fantastic item. I mean, it's good for initiating, but it's bad for escaping because the cooldown is so long on it that if you get dusted, if you get chased out, oh my god, big engagement on the bottom that I missed. OD does fall apart to a 3-man gank. Apologies for missing that. I was kind of on my tangent about the OD, or about the Alchemist. But, anyways, Visage is going to separate himself from his group right here, and Bounty Hunter's not going to hesitate at all. Jumps right on him, but the birds are going to go down. Actually, they don't go down. 17 to 18 your kill score now, so looking a lot more even as things happen here. If we look back towards the graphs, right dead even on the 0 line in terms of EXP, and just about 2,000 gold in favor of sACte right now. So that is the Griebel's Greed coming into effect, but both teams looking about as even as they could be for this point in the game. Gunner moving in towards mid, throwing out the tracks and just turning around. Not too much for him to get done there. That mid lane, Crystal Maiden grabs herself some power treads and switches them to health to keep her alive. Not enjoying the new Tranquils. I can't remember what the change to Tranquils was, but I know they made them a little bit better. Oh yeah, they upped the HP regen and armor, I think. I think they gave it an extra armor and an extra HP regen. I might be wrong on that. Actually, let me look. We got a bit of a lull in the game. I've got the patch notes open on my side monitor. What did they do to Tranquil Boots? Movement speed increased from 85 to 90, and HP regen increased from 10 to 12. Okay, so that's what it was. Alright, so they did increase the Tranquil Boots viability a little bit, but there are still not many heroes that did fantastic on. Oh my god, Magnus blinks in, goes RP on one person, really looking to shut down that OD, and they're dropping it all on him, but he does not die. He gets himself astral, but his 2 supports fall and he will die on the way out of there, so good engagement there. The Magnus initiating that off right away. Bounty Hunter gets spotted out and actually is dusted up, so if he gets caught out here by the birds or something, oh man, he is definitely toast. Bird stun, Grave Chill, everything, boom, he's gone. 4 heroes down for sACte, and not a single one dropping on the side of old mode gamers.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I saw a GIF that on the hockey subreddit, like, you know, old time hockey, and that
middle tower
plus
has
the
fallen.
You know, old school is generally like more gamer thing. Like it's just throwing me for a spin. These guys.
Tower is under attack.
Old time, old mode, old school, old this, old that.
Dire's top tower.
And Lifestealer gonna
is
steal up
under
this ancient stack. I mean, he is the theft of life, so how fitting for him to be stealing the ancients. Looks like they want to do the Roche, and he's just kind of doing this in prep, but he's not stealing enough life to get through the ancients damage and through his armlet. He gets tracked up here by the bounty hunter, and he's looking for him. Shuriken, he's dead. So we've seen this lifestealer a couple times getting a little bit too greedy, costing him his life. 6 kills could have easily been 2 or 3. But Nightmare goes out on this Viper, and they're looking to follow this up. Not much to really stop him. Gets broken off with those birds. The birds are OP, but Soul Assumption flying out. They're trying to make an engagement out of this, but it is just not happening. Viper drops, and they're looking for the Visage, and I have a feeling he's going to die. The Fiend's Grip is there if they absolutely need it, but Nightmare is there instead. Track goes out, Frostbite, finished off, 3 heroes down. Oh my god, big RP by the Magnus. They're trying to make it happen, but the Impale completely missed, thrown off to the side. They're still going on it anyways. Oh my god, 4 heroes down after that RP skewer, and they are still going. 5 heroes down. Magnus MVP, what a RP. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit indeed. Nick's assassin threw his stun off to the complete wrong side, didn't catch a single hero in that RP, but still managed to make that fight happen. Wow. What players indeed. Magnus finishing that all off by himself, and now has a fat chunk of change in his pocket to do with as he pleases. Looks like he wants to go straight towards a refresher orb, which he almost has money for. He's looking for about 400 more gold until he can finish off that refresher. Where is that? Yeah. What's he looking at? Yeah, 875 for the Ring of Health, and then, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 1800? Yeah, so about 2600. Buzz up that recipe first. Understandable, it's expensive as hell, and he's got to go to the secret shop to get that anyways. Looks like we got a smoke gank being planned out here by Old Mode Gamers. They all smoked up, but they've all kind of gone off to do their own things. Lifestealer farming up Ancients, Visage floating around in the trees. Nyx is up here, but he's in Viz already, so smoke seemed to be lacking purpose. Dire Ward going to reveal the Lifestealer doing those Ancients, and Bounty Hunter's going to walk up there. I think that actually did pop off the Nyx's smoke, which means that they knew that he was there, but not too much to do. Anyways, Lifestealer's mark looked like the track mark for a second, and I was like, is he just like tracked and they're just going? Like, that could have been bad, but anyways, oh man, why are they going that way? If they had hooked in here, they would have had a kill on Alchemist. Absolutely free. 100% sure this Alchemist would have been toast. He has a Shadow Blade, but there is dust on the Nyx. They're going to hook back around, suck your ass up on the Lifestealer, and you should have seen that courier coming. Anyways, the CDOD, are they going to go? Man, they're just like not going on anything. The Alchemist again, and there it is. They're going to pop out. Hello, prepare Uranus. Stun flies out onto the Nyx. They're still looking for it. Doesn't need to get popped off. Oh my god, it's too late. The Lifestealer is disengaged, and Bounty Hunter falls on the back lane. OD pops off his ultimate, and the Fiend's Grip goes out onto that Lifestealer. RP for... Oh my god, he must have missed the blink from the acid spray. Just RP's absolutely nothing. The Alchemist still drops, and they're looking for the Bane. I don't think it's going to be enough. Crystal Bane pops off her ultimate, but gets stunned up by the birds. So 2 heroes down there. Man, acid spray is the killer of blink heroes. I hate that so much. I've done it so many times. Like a stray Venomancer ward, or like an acid spray, or even just like a Radiance burn or something. It is so incredibly obnoxious when your blink gets cancelled and you waste an ability like that. Because I mean, so many players, they just kind of hit the button, jump, and like immediately hit the ability, and just, it means that if you get cancelled, you're really not going to know it. So I definitely feel for the Magnus. That would have been a really good play if he had gotten it off. But looks like we're going to have an uncontested Roche here. There is not much that sACte can do, and they're just going to back away. Bounty Hunter is over here, but again, not much he can get done. He can spot out the Magnus, but Shockwave kind of pushes him away, and this Aegis is going to go to the Lifestealer. Sitting on the ground for quite a while. Are they actually? No, okay. I thought they were kind of like baiting that out. They were like, hey, Bounty Hunter, come get it, but no, that wasn't the case. Lifestealer just had to get rid of an item, and now they're looking for a kill. Track does go out on this Nyx here. The Sentry Ward does spot that out, and they're looking for him. Did they get the Nightmare off? Yes, they do get the Nightmare off onto the Nyx. We're going to have this Lifestealer pop out. Shuriken flies out. The Nyx still really low, and one attack can pop him here. Stun flies out. He does get caught. Is he going to die to the neutrals? No, he does die to the Alchemist, so 1,000 gold goes the way of the Alchemist. They're trying to fight off this Lifestealer here, but he manages to get himself an Alchemist in the midst of all this. Dies, drops the Aegis, and he will have to fight his way out of this. I don't know if there's any way he can. Doesn't even have a TP to rage TP. Fiend's Grip goes down. 3 heroes dead. 29-24 the kill score, and this is still anybody's game, folks. Anybody's game. Old Mode Gamers still looking to be a little bit more in control, and I'm sure the gold graph will reflect that. Yeah, about 2,500 in their favor. And the EXP graph, though, this is a different story. Last time we looked at it, it was 0. About 8 minutes later, we were looking at a 14,000 advantage for Old Mode Gamers, and that is mostly just because of how they've been fighting. They've been fighting as a team a lot. They've all been sharing the XP from kills. They've been farming a lot more efficiently, whereas sACte have kind of just been, roaming around, wasting a little bit of time here and there, and getting the pickoffs where they can. And like I said, the gold graph's still pretty similar, but EXP can mean a lot in a game of Dota. So it's Sheepstick now finished up on the OD. We see a lot of item purchases here. Black King Bar on the Alchemist, and Dagon on the Bane. Actually, no, who's the Dagon on? Where's the Dagon? Oh, Dagon was on Nyx. Why am I even asking that question? Dagon 4. Dagon 4 is on Nyx, so lots of burst damage there. That's 700, and that is going to be enough to pop any of these really squishy heroes, really, after a hit or two. A Vendetta Strike and a Dagon will be pretty much all it takes to finish off that Crystal Maiden. Anyways, another Nyx bomb. They're looking for it. They find an Illusion Rune. He should not take that. Yeah, he doesn't. And they're looking in here. They are going to find the OD, but there is a sentry ward there to spot this out. OD knows it's there. He's, oh my god, track goes out onto the Nyx. They're trying to fight this up. OD has to astral himself to get out of this, and big engagement goes down. Bane drops right off the bat. Alchemist comes in. Soul Assumption flies out on him. He drops. There are 3 down. RP goes out on this OD, and he falls. Nyx is dead already, but that is about it. Sentry ward gets dropped. They're looking for that bounty hunter, and they do finish him off. The only person left standing is the Crystal Maiden. Oh my god, another failed blink skewer. That must have, I think... What? What the hell canceled that? Or did he just flub it? Did he screw up his hotkeys or something? I don't know. He tried to jump forward onto that Crystal Maiden and it just didn't happen. And it was 4 heroes down, and Old Mode Gamers looking to be able to pop a Rax here unless there are immediate buybacks. I don't think there is buyback on the OD, no buyback on him, no buyback on Bounty Hunter, buyback on the Alchemist, but not much he can do. He's going to want to try to wait that out. He's got 15 seconds, but almost positive this Rax is going to go down regardless here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle
Bane up
barracks
now, like
are
they're going to
under
try to stall
attack.
this out as much as he can. Maybe get a Nightmare off or something, but he's got to be really careful with how he moves, because a Blink Skewer, an Open Wound, anything, he's dead. So they're going to play it smart. They're going to wait around for the rest of their team to be up. And as Old Mode Gamers tries to get a little greedy and go for a second set of racks here, they might end up falling. You do see Alchemist charging in here with the Shadow Blade. The Sentry Ward gets dropped. Fiend's Grip goes out on the Magnus. Maybe not the best target, as he's already wasted 2 RPs, and he does manage to skewer away, get out of this fight. Anyways, Alchemist and Bounty Hunter both dropping really low. OD trying to fight this up, but he's not going to manage to. GG is being called by the Bounty Hunter and the Alchemist, and I think they have given it up. So Old Mode Gamers going to take this one, and like I said, it was a pretty even game, but just efficient use of the map and a better team fight in general was what led them to victory in that game. Like I said, sACte was more focused on the pickoffs, and their Alchemist really wasn't on par. I did not like that Alchemist pick or the play in any regard. As I said, in 6.8, Alchemist is he's a subpar pick. He's got to, I mean, he's still tier 2, tier 3, but he's got to operate in a lane where he will thrive, and in that scenario, that just wasn't it. He was in a very safe and defensive tri-lane, which absolutely got obliterated by the aggression from the Nyx, the Nakes, and the Visage. So those heroes working out really well. The offlane Magnus doing wonders for them as well, and those RPs were just fantastic. So that is going to be the end of the broadcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can check me out at the following venues. You can check me out on YouTube at Dota, youtube.com/Dota. You can find me on Twitter at Dota, and you are likely watching this now. You can also find me on Twitch at Dota as well. So, once again, thanks guys for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow for some Amateur Dota 2 League action. I've got to pull up which games I'll be casting. I'm not sure. I can't recall the teams right off the top of my head. But either way, it's going to be awesome. Tune into my Twitch stream, and I hope to see you there. Thanks. Have a good one.